Okay, here we are. We're ready to go way back in the prologue. Um, it's I have basically played maybe 20 minutes of the always a ping. Um, yeah, about 20 minutes of the super easy, just kind of walk around and explore the map. And of difficulty, no food, no health. Unless you jump off a cliff, it's pretty much impossible to die. Guess who jumped off a cliff? Uh But just wanted to get a feel for the sort of the movement in the game and make sure it wasn't going to totally fry my my computer. Which reminds me, I wanted to check on something here. Change one of my uh, not textures. Foliage can go up a tiny bit. Selections. There, we'll change that. We're still coming close to maxing out my poor old 2070. 1070 is sort of the minimum minimum spec. Recommended is like a 2080, but our 2070 Super is going to be close enough. We just can't run it at max. Oh, good. We can change the. I never noticed. We do want to change the sounds here a little bit. Um, so where is audio? That's just coming through the desktop sound. It's not coming through the game thing. So, um, master volume down to about 80%. Streamer mode. What's streamer? Don't even know. But we're gonna turn it on because we're streaming. So whatever that means. Uh, Girls, I'm not gonna try and change language. I'm not gonna try and change. Uh, I'm sure we can change that, turn that down a bit if we need to. So there's three game modes right now. There's free roam, which is what I was doing, just so you can. It's the default game mode. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. So you just run around and check stuff out. You can carry stuff in your inventory and whatever, but there's no food. There's no cold. There's no hydration, anything like that. It's just go for a walk. Um, Survival game. Survive as long as possible in this unforgiving cabinless mode. There's no cabins. Okay. But go way back is the default. Oh, what does this say? This is the default. Oh, because it was selected on that. Hike freely in the landscape of prologue without having to survive. Yeah, and a lot of survival mode games have this, especially, and it's beautiful. The game is interesting to look at. But we are going to go for the way back mode, which requires some survival, and it does give you a task. You're supposed to find the weather station. Um, and if we don't die immediately, this like I think my understanding is that depending on because there's a map generation technology, so it's almost like Minecraft in that you or a lot of other games too, but in that you give it a seed and it basically creates the world out of nothing. And so it puts things basically very randomized. So there's a map that the game gives you that's just a or that you can find in the game that is just a topographical map. I've seen some folks playing this already on YouTube or Twitch and wherever. So the game gives you a topographical map, but yeah, it can take a couple of hours to get from at least to get from the starting area to where the thing is. And sometime and you can find a compass and you can find other tools in whatever game, but so we'll see what we find. I suppose it does take a bit of time to spawn. If you're on mobile, you won't be able to see it. There's a um, loading game framework, game engine initialized, loading session, and there'll be seed number that'll should pop up in the I think the top left corner uh, on the desktop view. And yeah, so this took a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes the last time I was doing it. And the first couple of things take a long time, and then last like 10 or 12 pop in almost instantly, by at least by comparison. Yeah, initiating terrain generator, generating base map mesh. There we go. There's a final integrity checks completed. All right, so here's our control scheme, which I bring up at any time by pressing H. Um, so sprint is a toggle, which is nice. And there's no, as far as I can tell from watching other people play it, there is no penalty to sprinting. So in the long dark, there's a limit to how much you can sprint, and when you sprint, you burn calories faster and you deplete your energy faster. But there's no energy meter in this game. Um, okay, see, it should start us. Lucy. Apparently, I'm Lucy. Well, there in the top right corner or the top left corner is the seed. Get to the weather tower. All right, so this is where we start. The pot on the stove. Nothing in the fridge. Yeah, I noticed there's a few little rattly things over there. Anyway, there's a water bottle, which is good. I take the beans because they're, and then you can move stuff around in your inventory. Oh, okay, the beans go there. Fair enough. Apparently there's not a ton in here. The power's running, so in theory, we can inspect a cooking pot. So in theory, we should be able to get water and then boil it, but um, yeah. Oh, can we actually? Oh, okay, there you go. Interesting. So now we have a. Oh man, that thing is huge. I mean, it makes sense that it's huge, but all right, what else do we got here? I wish the mouse was a little bit more sensitive. There's a radio here you can take. Uh, this seems to be very similar to the cabin I first started in. It's getting dark out. Dead. Hey. I don't know. Can you? Can you cook the canned food? Maybe that's a possibility. Uh, hard place. There we go. Oh, I see. Puts it in a jar and compacts seat. Knows what I know. Learning something already. So if we, nope, that's our water. So if we put, there we go. If we put those in hot, oh, I see. Uh, oh my goodness, that's complicated. Oh, I see. The calories are going up, right? Oh, you can like put a bunch of different foods in here. Okay, so we can do that in theory, probably with these as well. Hey, loses all the calories if you burn it. Well, that makes sense. What does this say now? It says beans, tasteful mix. That's 1,000 calories. That's definitely a lot more than we had before. Yeah. So these are 192 each. Oh, sweet corn. I don't know why I thought they were something different, but uh, kind of watch. There you go. All right. Well, that's interesting. I had no idea that was a thing you could do. Thank you, Zed. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's Oh, I see. I see. We could probably have mixed them both together, hey? Um, Gotta run. Hey, no worries. I appreciate that. That is information I did not have before. So that is very helpful. Yeah, I guess if you've got a, could we take the, that's not the spoon. Can we like take the mug? Can we wonder if we can heat stuff up in the mug? Um, let's see. Wrong button, of course. No, let's turn that one off. Nope. Nope. I did not want to. It doesn't really look like we can do that, does it? Uh, just hoping we can find something a little smaller than the. Can we use the pail? You would think it would make sense in theory. The cup doesn't seem to be doing anything. So, all right. Well, we will. Oh, I'll take that. I think we automatically put that on. We must have. A teddy bear. Tempting. Gonna need some tinder here, I think. Maybe we're gonna grab a dry stick or two. I don't know if that's really. Whoops. Come on. Oh, here we go. There's more. A little bit jittery. What's the inventory looking like? Okay, we got cardboard, so that seems we got paper and cardboard. We don't have right now. Oh, drop that. We don't have right now is anything to actually start a fire with. I'm gonna take the flashlight here. That seems very useful. Uh, we can take the table. Here's the map. We definitely want to take the map, but we have not enough inventory space. Drop the pot. All right. Come on. Oh, I see. There we go. So now we got the map. We are oh, we are way over here. I can't point the mouse. We're way over here on the right hand side where it says you're here. You guys can't actually see that on. We got to go somewhere down there where this thing is circled. That's an enormous area. Basically, we had looks like we had east and mostly, well, I was gonna say downhill, but we gonna head up and over. Okay. Oh, there's a compass. We don't have room for either. Okay. What are we tossing here? There, maybe we can pick up the compass now. There we go. Okay. Actually, rather switch that. There we go. Basically, we just need to go east. We have a little bit of water. That's about all I know. Oh, no, no, no. What? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got to go east. I mean, it shows us some other cabins marked on there or something with those black X's, but there are other things that are not marked. I think we're just gonna have to get like if we don't get going, I don't know if there's a way to kind of tell what time of day it is other than just looking up at the sky. Maybe we'll just. Oh, it's snowing out. Okay, well, there's a generator. There's a hammer. There's a second door over here. So we need to go, essentially, we need to go east, which is the way we're facing right now. I think we're just going to have to make a start for it, you know? Tempted to bring the pot along, but it just seems like it's way too huge. All right, well, off we go then. Oh yeah, there's a mechanic where we can, I saw on the controls there, where you can put something under your arm to carry. Come on. Okay, so we can't, can we, that away. Okay, what is the button to put F to put items under your arm? Okay. There we go. Okay, so we can carry basically a log by the looks of it. Okay, so we can gather up some stuff here. Problem is we don't have anything to actually make a fire with at the moment. I think we're still going east more or less. No, we're going south. All right. Shows how much I know, hey? We want to keep going east. That's all we really know for sure. There's there's a lot of sort of ground clutter and obstructed views. So we could walk, like we could walk within, you know, spitting distance of a cabin and not see it. So east is more that way. There's the river. Really? We're at a river? Where's this river on? Oh, there's the river. Okay. That's about right then, I guess. Getting across the river is going to be probably kind of cold. Uh, can we refill this? Man, now we're in the water. We refill it in here, or do we have to like get clean water? There we go. All right, let me check let's say about this. Calories 0, but it's 5 liters. Yeah, so it's full. Okay, well, we should probably then drink some, much as we can. Empty now? Yes, it is. Okay, but we can. Oh, there's like stuff floating in the water there. Come on. Oh, all right. Well, let's not. Yeah, we're gonna get pretty cold pretty quick here if we don't. All right. So can we? All right. Oh well. I'm out. There we go. All right. The full bottle of water because I don't know when we're. Yeah, I think we just need to drink as much as we can here. There we go. All right. Well, what is this? Looks like broken wood. Okay. Um, need the map. Okay, we've crossed the river. Sort of gotta keep going this direction and hope we. Oh, come on. It won't let me. Wouldn't let me climb over the edge of the log there. We've just got sprinting sort of permanently on here. Very, very sad
Feet
news
on the
for you,
ground,
Jackie.
junk in the trunk.
There are no, as of yet, no bears in this game. I'm not sure why we're even playing it with no bears, but there you have it. The sad, sad truth. I can't seem to keep going east. We just keep getting off course here. Seems like a waste of time, I know. I knew you were going to say that. And of course, work is calling me. Hang on. Well, okay, now they hung up on me. We'll see if they call me back in a minute here. Um I know, Jackie, I know, but we were gone for my father-in-law's birthday. My subscription is up and I needed to do something different. This game is different. Um and yes, so that's where I'm at. Uh Maybe they will add bears to this game. One can hope. Oh dear. Okay. Um yeah, there are supposed to be some kind of berries or something like that that you can find that you can eat. Not that I have any of them. It's going to get to be nighttime here pretty quick. I'm sure if we oh, there's a cabin. I was just going to say if we can find a cabin, that would be super. Um yeah, I think that's a cabin. How's the sounds like excuses. Well, there's always an excuse, Jackie. You know me. Now there's work again. That's hilarious. Um So we have an occupational health and safety committee at work, as many, especially unionized sorts of places do. But I am on that committee, and we use WhatsApp for like communicating in the group because like between like Apple stuff and iOS and like Android stuff, and the text things don't talk to each other super well, especially for group stuff. So we moved everything to WhatsApp, but I never use it for anything but that. And so apparently, I'm not sure if it logged me out or what, but the the OHC group for work says that I am like that I left the group, which I did not, like actively intentionally go out to do. Okay, let's see if we can find ourselves something of use in the. Oh my goodness, there's actually a fence here. I feel like at some point they want to add like a base building mechanic to this game, but pardon me, but it's hard to say. But there's some cool stuff in here. Like it feels oversaturated right now just because I think the sun is setting, and so there's a kind of a bit of glare. But this has the makings of being at least a half a decent sort of space to spend the night, whether there's a lot of resources here or not. Um, oh wow, you can act. Okay, so we turned on the generator. I don't know if that actually gets us anything. There's a pile of wood out here. Um, cut wood too. It's dry wood in the shelter there even. Uh, all right. What is there that's useful here? There's more of these flashlight thingies. There's a book, which probably we can use to start fires. All right. Yeah, the item placement is kind of like opening drawers and stuff tends to addle the game world a little bit. Wow, absolutely nothing. That's fantastic. um, there's a soda bottle. Nice. Okay. I don't think I have room to actually take it. No, but I do need to eat some food as well. Um, let's eat all. Oh, that doesn't give us nearly so much food as I had hoped. Um, 680. So this has more food in it. So let's eat this as well. Wow. Oh, and it consumed a bunch of our liquid. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's lollipop. Sorry. Oh, a canteen. Very nice. All right. So that holds more than the bottle I'm carrying. So I'm going to. Oh, how much does the soda hold? Not very much at all. So we are going to drink the soda. It's kind of loud. Okay. So we can sort that. This is still full. Let's put that in our inventory, and we will. Is there anything in it? Yes, it's full. We'll take that. We've got more water now. Looks like we can probably. If we had any more food, it looks like we could cook it there, right? Oh, there's actually. Oh, hey, what's that? It's an apple. Oh, we're gonna just straight up eat it. Oh no, we're poisoned? Is it a rotten apple? Oh, what is that? An insulated jacket. Actually, Jackie, we've seen it. There we go. This has got to be a warmer jacket than the other one. Uh, insulation -10. That's insulation +8. So that's a huge difference. So now we're poisoned. Uh, insulated shoes. Let's swap those. I don't know. Oh, does it say? Oh, a rotten apple. There we go. It has been a while, Jackie. Oh, that's the song that the. Oh, here we go. We got a ton of stuff. I keep my potato chips in the freezer too. Oh, no, I did not want to do that. I think I just poisoned myself again. Old beans. Old tuna. Probably another, yeah, water bottle. Well, I don't know if there's a way to cure poison or if we just have to. There you go. There you go. Oh, we can't just. You're kidding me. Okay. Why we got to be so complicated? Uh, yes, yes, Jackie. The song did just pop into my head. The complicated song. Um, too much. Right. Surely. can swap this for that, right? There we go. Okay. So go to 1. There's this can of stuff. Oh, here, let's close that. Why did we drop that? I don't know. Why do we have 2 of them? We don't. We shouldn't. Okay, so we can. Nope. Okay. Can. That's what I'm trying to put in there. There we go. Because I was told that you can like actually cook foods together. We can actually like put the tuna in with the whatever it is there, and maybe even the rotten apple. Yep. Uh, we can stir it with the spoon. I don't know. Um, yes. Now that you say all that, Jackie, of course the song kind of comes back to mind. But um, right, we don't need the shoes, and we don't need the other jacket because we can only wear 1 layer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can only wear 1 layer at a time. Well, that's fair. So now we can turn on the burner. And the calories will go up for a while we're making something. Mix of tuna and old beans, exactly. Catches we have to pick it up before it burns, or we get nothing. Right. Um, it's been long enough, Jackie, that I do not remember the details of the song, but suffice it to say that I trust you uh, on that assessment. Right, sorry, what do we got? That's just straight up beans, and this is a bunch of other stuff. So let's eat that. There we go. Now our food meter is practically full. Wait, there. Sort. What did I keep? What did I have on number 1? Oh, I had the water bottle. Right. Okay. It's full. Just leave that for now. Okay, we got to finish looting this place. There's got to be more stuff to find. Like that, whatever it is. That is an actually decent apple. Kibble. Mm-hmm. We can't take it because we don't have the room. Well, that's all right. I mean, oh, this is more. Oh, this is kibble. That was. Again, we can. Oh, what? 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 That's weird. I did not mean to do that. Apparently, we just ate the kibble. All right. Before we do anything else, apparently there's no like sleeping mechanic for this game, so we just stay up for multiple days straight. Oh, wow. We can actually go up the ladder. There's a bathroom. Can we turn on the faucet? No, that'd be too easy. Flush the toilet? No. Have a bath? Apparently not. Okay, well, can we go up the ladder? We can. There we go. Up the ladder. Books. Nothing in the bedside table. Desk. This is quite a nice little cabin here, actually. apparently we can't sleep, so there we go. All right. Well, other than of course we can't take any more than that. All right, well, let's drink this water here. Wow, that doesn't even give us that much. All right, so we're going to drop that. Should be able to. Inventory management is not quite intuitive enough there. We can take that. I guess we can see about cooking a little bit more of this food here. Dog food and apples. Oh, I see. The food gives you water here too, I'm seeing now because of the apples. But it's cooking down as we go. All right. There we go. I was gonna say we don't want to burn it. Oh, that's a smaller thing. Okay. Turn that off so the cabin doesn't burn down. Let me look at the map again. Go basically that way. Um, but yes, this is the sort of thing that perhaps that is cardboard. We don't have yet is a fire striker, so we can't actually make a fire. Which is a bit problematic, as you can imagine. Oh, there's a lighter. And we can't pick it up because of inventory. Pick it up now. How big is the lighter? Right. There we go. All right, we have a lighter. We can now. Oh, we can't. Uh, well, you know what? We're hungry enough here, so again, the noise, it's unbelievable how loud it is. But we can technically start a fire now. So that's progress. It really is. Um this it's soaked. All of the stuff is soaked. Are these soaked? No. All right, because we can only put it under our arm. Well, you bought a house in WoW. Only one you'll ever own. Did you get the plot that you wanted? The one that you showed me overlooking the bay there, so to speak? Because if so, that's fantastic. That's the empty bottle, yeah. Yes. Well, seems like it's getting light out again. I think we've done about as oh here. Let's no. I did not mean to drop the lighter. What I wanted to do, pick up a couple of sticks under my arm here. Since now we can technically start a fire if we need to. You did get it. Oh, that's fantastic. Um that is fantastic. My fingers are crossed for so you if you got your own housing plot, Jackie, that means you must now have access to the midnight expansion because you can't get a housing plot without one, as far as I understand it. So congratulations for you for that too. That's fantastic. I've still got my fingers crossed to win from Dan's stream tomorrow, but yes, congratulations. That's exciting. Um, and I'm assuming it's just one of the sort of the open neighborhoods. It's not a guild neighborhood, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I know you're in a guild and you guys are relatively active, but either way, tell me what you kind of can from that, I guess. You only got the basic run, so you still want, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't have either one, but that's sort of neither here nor there. Okay, so we got to keep going east. We're gonna get cold. Oh, that's the bathroom. That's not gonna help us go anywhere. But I think we've gotten everything out of this place that we realistically can. I do wish that there was a smaller container where we could, like, oh, it is a guild neighborhood. Oh, well, even better. Um, oh, There's a balcony here, but oh, there's mud. We don't want to go through the mud, so let's get on the rocks over here and go around them. When you go in the mud, you're stuck going super slow. All right, we want to go east. So we're out of the mud. Are we out of the mud? There we go. We're out of the mud. Except there's more mud over here. Try and avoid that. Yeah, we should. There's mushrooms you can find that will give you food, and there's berries you can find, or of course, most of the housing places have that wet. It's dry. Okay, let's add that under our arm here. Not that we need to make a fire right this minute, but that's exciting. I mean, I don't have a guild neighborhood because I don't have a guild. Okay, we're going east, but let me just take a second to kind of check to both sides. Oh, there's like a somebody's made like a little lean-to here. We could kind of make our own. We could survive in there probably better than we could out in the open. Yeah, the problem is your field of view is, I don't want to say relatively narrow, but it's hard to keep an eye on. Like in the long dark, you tend to have much longer sight lines. There's so much bush here that it's really hard to tell. Um, like unless something that you're looking for happens to be right in front of you. Like here, I can kind of see for a little ways. But if there was another cabin, you could very easily miss it. Well, that's good. So I'm assuming you started building or decorating or something then? I would hope. Yeah, whatever poison effect we were suffering from seems to have resolved. Oh, made one, scrapped it. Now it's a work in progress. Well, that's fair. I mean, nobody wants a house that they hate or that they're not, satisfied with. So, oh, that is kind of a cliff face. Where are we? Oh, we must be around the E in you are here or something like that. So we're gonna have to veer one way or the other. I think we're gonna veer to the right. I think that puts us more likely to find some kind of extra shelter. Plus, we can kind of keep an eye out over the edge here a little bit, maybe. See what there is to see. Need some time. Yeah. Well, the one thing I learned pretty quickly on was it Thursday or Friday? I can't remember now. Is just that there is quite an insane amount of housing stuff. Like I mean, I knew they had made a lot, but they really made a lot. Like it's kind of mind-boggling how much stuff they added. Yeah, we're going more or less south here, which is kind of what I thought we would need to do. But yeah, just to figure out what you want and what looks good and how to get all the stuff that like makes good sense as part of is that a building or a rock? Rock. Not sure how much of the stuff we can carry before we start having to pay for it. Oh, we can kind of see. Oh, good. We're going to get rained on now. All of our wet or all of our dry wood here is about to get wet. Yes, this is like one of the things about the Long Dark, which obviously Jackie in particular knows that I play a lot of, is that the map never changes, which has a lot of advantages. But one of the advantages is that the sense of discovery starts to get notably diminished after a while. So you can always find something that you didn't know about before. The reality is that most of the game world you can get familiar with. And so while there's still surprises to be had, they are relatively few and far between if you are are we going more? Yeah, we're going east now again, which is great. Especially because if we kind of hug the right hand side of the rocks over here, it suggests that we should come to another cabin. That always kept, well, always, that's the first time this run, but on my last one, boy, did I jump, Jackie. You would have appreciated it. Now the light's dimming because the bad weather's coming in. Okay. Yeah, the black marks on there are supposed to be um cabins, so that's quite steep going down there. So we're actually moderately high up. Not as high up as the top of the cliffs there, but how do I? Is that all mud at the bottom down there? It's like it's all mud. But it's all heading in the right direction. So again, anything that's sort of in behind those trees there, we're not going to be able to see. They know how to do the thunder effect in the mountains. I'll say that because that is very. I think we're going to go down on the other side here and get sort of a sense of where we're at. I'm also going to swap the lighter for the water. Why can we not do that? Game. There we go. So I think we want to drink a bunch of water here, so we're not even doesn't even fill your hydration meter that much, but I think just having the water bottle out, we can collect some, and I'm not sure if we can collect this muddy water. Like back over there, that like here, there's a bit of a, but yeah, so we can drink that. Does that seem like a good idea, Jackie? Yes, exactly. Thunder. Okay, so inventory, what does it say on? Yeah, see the bottle's filling up while we're standing here in the rain. So that's useful. Probably wouldn't if it wasn't in my hand, but so yeah, there's another ah, yeah, we want to follow this kind of down, but a little bit. Oops. Right, let's drink what little we can there. But if it oh, here we go. Here we go. What is that? That is old man's beard lichen, which is what we like. We use that in long dark too, but what is it good for here? Doesn't say. Okay, well, right, we're gonna eat this. That gets us pretty much full. Should have probably eaten the potato chips because they're even bigger, but one thing at a time. I don't know if we can do anything good with it or not. I sort of feel like there should be a cave or something up here too, but I'm just hoping we run across the cabin that's sort of indicated on the map here. Drink a little bit. I wonder if we could just drink both bottles and put them out in the rain and watch them fill up. You know, kind of explore a little bit and hope to find our way back. Come on, let me climb. There we go. I don't want to miss the, yeah. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's going to take forever in this rain to fill the bottle, but it is doing better than nothing for us here, too. So, seeing as how we seem to be fairly far away from a water source, that's the other thing that was a little bit strange to me is that, like, you can, if you're at a river, the water is somewhat safe to drink, I think. At least we didn't get any sickness last time. If you're desperate, it's probably worth drinking the, um, no point in carrying too much water here, but I still feel like there should be cabin somewhere just sort of around the bend here again. It's kind of hard to. All right, need to look at the map for a second here. Okay, so we're in a little inlet there, or because we're looking still looking south. So we're still heading in the right direction. All right. Let me. I'm gonna drink this. Oh, I did not mean to just throw that. All right. This is the empty. It's still filling up in my backpack, even though it's just raining on it. That's kind of hilarious. All right, so then we're gonna drink this, and they can both fill up. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I did notice a while back that if you now is it still filling up? No, so I have to have it out and in my hand. But if it is, then the one in my bag is filling up just as much as the one in my hand. Okay, that is truly comical right there. Just because I have two of them, I guess, right? It counts them as both being in my hand, catching the few raindrops. We get we get up here and get some vision, that would be great, game. We could do that. But of course not. Now I'm all turned around. Oh, no. Okay, well, I guess there's only so much that's reasonable, hey? We are getting kind of cold here too, I feel like. There's still, yeah, we're starting to shiver a little bit. Uh, oh, yeah, the game has like a tuck and roll sort of mechanic if you trip and fall, which is fine. Um, yeah, now we're getting dark. Oh man, I haven't tried to start a fire in this game yet, and I feel like I should have done it already. It's still raining. Probably, hey? Yep.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You can see, can you, Jackie? Oh, that's what you can see. Yes. It actually wouldn't be so bad for me if I didn't have this lighting thing in my face. All right, I'm drinking the water here. Here, actually, we should swap those. Oh, except it won't swap them. Why not? Right, fine. There we go. All right. Brother. Okay, we have a flashlight. Is this any of this stuff dry? No, it's all soaked. We want to bet we're going to start a fire with a bunch of... It's still raining, right? So of course it's soaked. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, we've like put the water bottle in our... Right, fine. But we've got the light on here. Just kind of put it under our arm. Soaked. Brother. Wow. I want to see if there's any... Oh. Oh dear, Jackie. I am concerned. You did a workout that you never in a million years thought you'd finish on time, but you did. Well, that is fantastic news. Okay, I really need to look at my thing here quickly. Oh, and I can't see it because the light is on. That's kind of hilarious. Because this thing glows in the dark. So we're heading south. We kind of wanted to head east, right? We even see the map. No, but I'll bet you if we pick up the flashlight and turn it on and then switch to the map, wow, we can almost... Oh, our eyes are adjusting, but we're shaking. Okay, so yeah, we do want to keep going east and south. Which is what direct? Oh, I didn't turn the light off. Okay. Light off. Yeah, so we kind of want to keep going that way if we can. Which apparently is not really something that we can do. Oh, but I see some mushrooms up here. Okay, can we get over the rock, please? What is it? It's a death cap mushroom. Why does that not sound good? Declining sets of overhead squats. Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes, that sounds like okay. Do we have some inventory room? Not really. I say in theory we could like... Pretty sure if you take those and cook them, then they're not poisonous. Can we get some dry wood? Let's wet, not soaked. That's a step in the right direction. 13 seconds to spare. Not wearing, Jackie, not wearing shoes. That just seems like a bad plan. But I mean, clearly, whatever it was, it worked for you somehow or other. Okay, we got a little more open space here. Oh, there's the moon. Wow. More lichen. I wonder if that's more for starting fires. It's dry. Yeah, right? So that'd be helpful to start fire with, maybe. I gotta, like, crank this. It's like a hand crank flashlight. You gotta keep moving the off for a second. Still heading in the right direction, so that's good. Yeah, we're cold, all right. All right. Damp. Nope. No, 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 no. I just had some smaller stuff here. Got no more. Oh, it's dry. Okay, well. Okay, light off for a second here. That away. All right. Where did it all? It's all sort of there. Right. So yeah, it sort of tends to want to roll down the hill, but okay, so in our inventory we have some of this and some of this. Come on. We can't swap. Of course we can't swap them. That'd be too easy, but organize that. Give me the lighter. Give me the lighter. Okay. No, 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 no. My Tinder. It's all rolling downhill. Dan! Dan, this is chaos. Yes. I'm losing my my Tinder here. I don't even know where all that stuff went. At least this is dry. But how are you, Dan? How was your? Oh yeah, we're just about to die here. So, um, okay, we need to find like a better spot. Hang on, hang on. No, 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 no. All right, that's about all we can take. But we need a spot where we can actually drop some tinder and not have it. Okay, now we got it's rolling downhill still, but oh, we died. Wrong spelling, Dan. Wrong spelling. Okay, we died. Well, because we waited too long to make a fire. I think we need to practice making a fire for our next run here, I think. But it's the fact that I'm on a hill like this and I'm trying to I'm gonna put the light on again, but um Yes, I'm so glad that you're back, Dan. We've missed you. Been awake for 25 hours. You just gotta make it a couple more till like normal bedtime for you, hey? No. Uh Sleep is good. Well, Dan just got off of just got back from Japan. So he's struggling with the jet lag thing. One more hour. Okay. Well, you chose to spend part of that hour with us, Dan. We are humbled. I was just telling Jackie about how you're my only hope, Dan. Um, because we you were gone for 2 weeks. I was gone for like 3 days. We went to go to Winnipeg, my father-in-law's 75th birthday, and so on Sunday while we were driving home, Sunday afternoon, my World of Warcraft subscription expired, and I got a key for this game uh for free one of the Long Dark community members from Zach. Um and it looked I appreciate the game. Um that could be bedtime. But Dan's gonna get back into his usual rhythm, right? Uh yeah, I when I was in my 20s and dealing with jet lag, it was no fun. I cannot imagine doing it in my middle to late 40s like I am now. But hey, it's Wonder Goon. Welcome, Wonder Goon. I can only guess that Fenaria is there with you, or has been close by because you guys have been working on the duo there. Did you guys make it to 40 today? You were 39, and I know I missed. I got there just in time to see the swimming. There's fun. Hmm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for swinging by. We are trying a new survival game today, which you can see on the screen there. I just died. Um, Not 40, but tomorrow. Well, there you go. There you go. Perfect. Um, yeah, I think I've mentioned before that Doyle and I are going to be planning to do a paladin shaman duo for Burning Crusade when it comes out again in January. Um, and Jackie was giving me a hard time for ditching WoW in the short term here, but Jackie, you were what was that about scandalous song lyrics, Jackie? Who brought that up? Oh yeah, for sure it'll be strong. We're not actually doing hardcore Wonder Goon, but yes. Have yourself a great night, Jackie. I know it's late for you, and good job again on the workout thing. I yes, we one of the things we did when we went to Winnipeg was we took our elliptical machine and gave it away to a family member because we don't have the space for it. But oh, suggestive. Oh, okay. Well, you know, it starts with suggestive and it progresses to scandalous rather rapidly if you're not careful, right? Uh, it's a good thing you can remember what you've said, Jackie, because I have a terrible time remembering what you've said. Clearly, to be fair, I have a terrible time sometimes remembering what I said. Uh, but we were in a snow flurry. I didn't realize that. Um, Anyways, the temperature meter kind of threw me off in the game here because I'm not used to the meters. Um, since we have a grand total of maybe an hour and a half in the game here now. But yes, our paladin shaman is not going to be hardcore, but we're going to just duo through the game. We're gonna slow level, but we're planning to two-man all of the dungeons. Um, so yeah, so all the leveling dungeons. I'm not sure how that's gonna go once we get to Outland. I suppose it depends what level we decide to tackle them at, but paladin, tank, shaman, healer, we should be pretty solid. Um, yeah, we just like we've done enough hardcore. We decided we would do it a little more um just Doyle and I, Pally Shaman, just taking on the dungeons one at a time through leveling. Um, no, 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 not in hardcore, not in hardcore. Yeah, 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 retail. No, 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 Wonder Goon. No, I know what you guys have been up to and for about how long. So, I totally get that. Appreciate your guys' support, and yeah, take care. Be safe out there, and look forward to seeing you around again. Probably fairly soon. But yes, that's always important. I we moved away from that situation in our lives. Fun, but that's okay. That's important. You got to do that. And yeah, hope you have a great afternoon with the kiddos. And yeah, I expect I'll see you around fairly soon too. Um, yes, I know, Dan. I know, Dan. Retail, but I my problem right now is that with housing out, all I'm gonna want to do is I'm just gonna want to craft stuff to sell it to make money. And I don't know how engaging that is for for streaming gameplay. And I'm certainly not um gonna take a lot to suck me away from that to not very. Yeah, no kidding. Um but yeah, I think the gold rush is probably over, right? Um the people who were able to do it day one probably did decently. Uh and I was able to make a moderate amount of gold by sort of liquidating my pre-existing stockpiles and all that stuff that Jackie wished I would have gotten rid of. A good chunk of it made me a decent chunk of gold. Um, but I was even able to do a bit of crafting for sort of the engineering stuff and the alchemy stuff that sort of the main ingredients, right? There were some potions that were needed and whatever, um, but yes. So this will just I think we can display them. Okay, so that shows. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. I can't this was the cabin I found. Like this is where I started. That's the cabin I found. We came through here. I was on the right path, but we didn't we like we went we threaded the needle right between two different places there. Like look at that. We could have easily if we'd found one of those two spots, we would have been good. Um no, no, Dan. If you don't have the expansion, you can't mine the lumber. If you don't have midnight, you can't collect the lumber. And if you don't have the lumber, then you can't actually manufacture everything. But uh yeah, well, okay. So there's been one boom now when the early adopters go get in, but the problem is that there won't be another solid boom because normally you would have your boom with the pre-patch, right? Um yeah, not everyone pre-buys, which absolutely true. The difficulty is that even though the majority of people haven't pre-bought, and there'll be a modest boom during the pre-patch, right? Of the people who um whatever. I mean, I guess we'll see, right? We'll see how it goes. But I think in the short term, the boom is maybe not done, but I don't know. It's always hard to say. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't gold still to be made. It can probably be done, you know, like anything else. You find a niche that nobody else is kind of filling, and and then you have to go from there. But I guess it just depends on if people kind of are buying the expansion at a trickle. The question is how much of a time investment is it worth making? Um, yeah, and I mean it again, it depends. Like when I whatever, everybody's got to approach it how they feel most comfortable. And it takes time to find the right niche. Like at the start, when there's what I would call a boom going on, is that it doesn't matter what you've got. You don't have too much trouble kind of moving stuff. But the reality is that a lot of people won't want to go out and farm the lumber. Um, Not saying there's no point doing anything, Jackie. I'm just saying that the flurry of crazy activity is over. I guess the other question is how long people will continue to be entertained by the system while while there isn't any other new content, right? So we're not getting a new raid, we're not getting new dungeons, we're not getting until the pre-patch, we're not really getting much in the way of new content. So yeah, so once everybody's got their house set up the way they want it, you can't put items in a duplicator. So if you want two, you have to buy two. Right. Yes, I remember reading that somewhere now that you say it. Um, and yeah, so for some people that will definitely mean that that they need a whole bunch of certain things. Um, Streamers do it because of the views. Yeah. And so that's what I was doing the one night. What night would that have been? Um, Probably Thursday night. Um, I don't know if I'll say no one cares. I think it's something that people will go back to and putter around in. I guess the question is how much um yeah, it's not that no one cares, but right now it's the new thing and there isn't anything else sort of new on the horizon. So it's very much it's the focus of what's going on. And I can certainly see there being a resurgence when we get closer to the launch, because there will be a bunch of people like myself who don't tend to, or who can't, right? Realistically, just can't shell out for a bunch of extra cash. Um, yes, you were going to bed, Jackie, and I do hope you sleep well. And I'm not entirely sure what tomorrow will bring, but there's a good chance I will be streaming again. So rest well, and we will see you when we see you. Good night. Uh, yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I tend to hyper focus on that kind of thing when it's there in front of me. And this is a little bit more overwhelming for me because every character I have has the potential to make something that is like Paladave is a blacksmith, right? So blacksmiths can do X, Y, Z. But I have a mage who's a tailor, or not a tailor, an engineer. I have a Death Knight who's a tailor. Um, and another paladin somewhere who's an alchemist. And so they can't make every expansion's worth of stuff, but they can make several of the expansions worth of stuff. And so the thing that I think that I will ultimately find frustrating about the system is having to character hop so frequently. Um, right? And I do think that there will be a certain number of people who are not interested in going and farming all of the lumber that they need for the stuff, and so crafting orders. But again, you've got to be in a community to take full advantage of the crafting order system. So otherwise, you have to kind of craft stuff and then hope you can get people interested in buying it directly off the auction house, which will ultimately be more expensive than putting up a crafting order listing with your own lumber in it. And enough people like Beth on your Discord, Dan. Like from what I understand, she was selling a whole bunch of stuff on the auction house, but also taking orders, from people that she knows who play the game. So um I guess it just depends. Like I said, I tend to focus in on doing it kind of a lot all at once. Um, and so while you can, like, I could start the stream doing blacksmithing stuff, and then I could go do some quests, and then I could decide to take a break and hop on over to my engineer and see if there's stuff there I can make. Um, but yeah, it quickly gets overwhelming for me, like input stimulus or stimulus. Whatever, just get overwhelmed by all of the details and all of the options, right? Because there's 10 expansions, it feels like, worth of, maybe not 10, right? There's vanilla and Burning Crusade and Wrath and Cataclysm and Pandaria, and then Legion, and then BFA, and then um Shadowlands, and then um uh Dragonflight, and then yeah, so 10, yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like everybody right now, again, there's nothing else on the horizon as far as the game is concerned. Um, right. And so yeah, if you've done all the raids, if you've hit your ahead of the curve, or if that's not your thing, and if you've kind of peaked at your mythic plus, um, whatever it is that drives you to play the game, your transmog collections or whatever. Well, now when you're doing transmog collecting, you're automatically going to be collecting housing stuff when you run through that old content. Uh, and so yes, people will try to chew through it as fast as they can. And anytime they're watching content creators are going to feel like they are behind because, oh, I haven't spent, 20 hours in the last 2 days, or more like 20 hours in the last day, uh, depending on the content creator. Um, so yeah, so there will be people who kind of come at it piecemeal and are a little more slow to kind of figure out what to do, um, and how they want to go about it. And I would like to, and there's probably guides somewhere that would tell me the information, but it would be interesting to know the percentage of housing items that are available through crafting versus through just buying them from a vendor or through having to acquire them as a drop from, let's just say, a boss or a random mob or whatever. 'Cause I know each expansion has stuff you can just go to the quartermasters or whatever, and you can just buy a bunch of, you go to the dwarven quartermaster and you can just buy a bunch of dwarf stuff, right? For probably a couple thousand gold. But the materials costs for the crafted stuff are very steep. One thing I read said that the crafting requirements were even steeper than for having like the one of the housing items out there required more arcanite bars, so arcanite crystals, than the arcanite reaper required in vanilla to manufacture. So and I saw housing items for sale in the auction house for 500,000 gold, just because the materials required, right? You need all of these. You need like for one, especially the engineering ones, because the engineering ones require you to have ore, and then you need other sort of unique items. Like they're bought from a vendor, but you got to spend gold to buy these items from a vendor, and then you've got to craft like a frost steel tube, right, from Burning Crusade, no, for Wrath, which requires crystallized water, which is itself expensive and in limited supply, because the only way to get those things is by killing the elementals in that zone, like in Cataclysm, or not Cataclysm, in Northrend content. So granted, you're going to be out there anyway farming the lumber, but you've got to make a specific detour to go where the water elementals are, get the water elemental stuff. So that's why I was saying on Twitter that everybody's been finding all the old junk that they've had in their bags forever and realizing that, oh my goodness, this stuff that vendors for like a silver is selling for like 100 gold on the auction house because it's needed in a crafting recipe um for whatever, whatever Northrend thing you like. There's carpets and there's all kinds of stuff um that you can make. Uh and the other side of that coin, I suppose, is that there are many people unlike you and me. Like I'm more like most people in that sense than you are, Dan, because you have one character, right? You have one character with limited crafting profession options. I have like a 60. I have a 60 with alchemy. I have a 60 with engineering. I have a 70 with tailoring. And of course I have my level 80 paladin with blacksmithing. So I have access to not everything, but a lot of the recipes, because I don't have Shadowlands engineering. Maybe I have Shadowlands engineering, but I don't have like Shadowlands alchemy on my alchemist. And it would cost, money to go and level that up so I can do it. But a lot of the things that are out there, I can actually make myself, especially because the lumber is war band bound. So I can basically mail it to my alts, or stick it in the warbound bank, I suppose, and make 90% of the stuff. Not me personally, but most players that have a multitude of alts will be able to craft a lot of the stuff themselves if they want to put in the time. Not everyone wants to put in the time, and that's where the gold can be made, because if you're willing to put in the time running around for lumber, then you can end up with because lumber is the right now, at least, lumber is the big bottleneck, right? Once everybody's farm supplies from alts that have been kicking around for 5 years or 10 years in your bank, um or your reagent tab or whatever for, since Warlords of Draenor, right? Uh like I have a bunch of stuff there, like the sumptuous fur, the leather, the true iron ore, all that stuff that you can. Well, you can't get the hides in the garrison or the fur or whatever, but like the stuff. Well, you can buy them from the vendor, right, at the trading post. All of that stuff is required for the Draenor um housing crafts. And so because of that, the value of garrison resources has gone up like crazy. And so, when you do the garrison missions, and there's the garrison mission that rewards you with an item that rewards 1,000 garrison resources, those things, like last week, middle of last week, those were selling for 20,000 gold apiece for 1,000 garrison resources, because you get them off the quest, but you only get that garrison mission once per week, or maybe it's once per month per character. Um, but you can sell it on the auction house. So I've been farming them just kind of here and there whenever I log in. I go around I have 3 garrisons that are moderately up to par. Um, and so yeah, and you just go to the herb garden and you just pick all the herbs. Like the Nagrand Arrow Bloom was selling for like 8 gold a piece. And you can just stand there in your garrison and you can pick them every day, right? And make 80 to 100 gold um just from standing in your herb garden or running through your mine and picking up the ores. Um so there's all kinds of stuff like that, right? Um so I think it'll be interesting to see how the economics of it continue to play out. Um, yeah, my problem for me is that I know I will get sucked into wanting to just start like I was saying on Twitter again, Dan, like an industrial revolution of manufacturing, strip mining the entirety of Azeroth and beyond, to get. And like so some of the lumber that you can't get in every, like the Shadowlands lumber, I don't think you can get in every zone. Um like Maldraxxus, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think Maldraxxus has much of anything because it's mostly just wasteland, right? But like Ardenweald, there's got to be a lot of wood to harvest in Ardenweald. I don't know how the druids, there feel about you harvesting it all, um but yeah, we got about a third of the way. It took us 2 days, maybe 3 days. Yeah, because we spent a night here. Well, we kind of just did all this, and we kind of got most of the way through a night here, I think. So, but this is where we needed to go this time around. So I'm willing to give this another shot here. Um, we'll play again. I'm not sure if it just automatically goes into the. Oh no, okay, we have to go. Oh, I don't know what that was about. But yeah, so I find the economics of that whole thing interesting. I also think it's interesting that Blizzard has chosen to put the um sorry, just a text from my wife. It's kind of nasty weather out. Well, the weather's not bad, but the roads were not good because we had some bad weather. Uh yeah, the economics of it is really interesting to me. Uh not that I want to influence your not that I want to influence the results of your random draw to win a midnight thing, but if I get if I win the thing, I guess I will be back and trying to make sense of it all and trying to eke out um some profits. But it I was doing, like I said, I was doing a little bit of that, um just looking at the way things were um in my initial, like last few days last week, and without having an add-on that tracks the crafting recipes that you want to track, that doesn't track the how much gold you've made or spent. It's really hard to get a sense of whether or not you're really earning a profit on all this stuff. Like, it's easy enough to say, if a recipe needs ghost iron bars, it's easy enough to look in the auction house and see if it's cheaper to buy the ore and smelt it into bars, or if it's cheaper to just buy the bars. But when you've got to buy the bars and you've got to buy some herbalism stuff, and then you've got to, turn it into an engineering item before you can add it to the lumber and the cloth, um, that's required for the recipe, it's enough to make your head spin. and it feels needlessly, maybe not needlessly complicated, but it feels like if you're not using TSM or something similar, that you are um that you're just it's gambling is all it really is. And just because, like I said, somebody had a housing piece listed for 500,000 gold on the auction house, just because somebody's listed it for 500,000 gold does not mean that anybody is spending that money when all they need to do is log over to that alchemist character that they haven't played in 2 expansions and realize that they have 75/75 Draenor alchemy, and that all they need to do is go and pick up 30 lumber and then, spend a few gold on the auction house and they can build it themselves. So it's really a niche market to be trying to sell things at those kinds of exorbitant prices, because the audience for those prices is relatively small, because 500,000 gold in North American realms is 2 months worth of WoW tokens, right? And most players who have that amount of gold to spend in the game are conscious of that reality. And sure, there are a small number of them who have enough money in real life that they can just, they can drop $100 a week on buying tokens to get, 1 million gold a week to spend on housing stuff, so they can, over the next couple of months they can fill up all of the, like, end up with enough copies of all the things to do what they want. But you know I mean, I've been making this steel-bound, he's basically a green core hound mount. I've been able to make it since Legion, and over the years, I've probably made more than 1 million gold selling them. But the prices keep going down, and the number of people who are interested in buying them, like, the last one I sold for 35,000 gold when I used to be able to sell them for 100,000 gold. The prices dropped dramatically, and the number of people selling them has increased dramatically because it's a raid drop recipe. And so as people have gone back and Legion content has been more farmable, more people have gotten the recipe, and so then they're like, oh, I have most of the reagents for this sitting in my bank, I'm gonna go make myself one. Or else maybe I have enough materials around to make two. And so they make one for themselves and then they list one of them, and then they keep listing it for months and months and months, and it's just a matter of getting lucky that you list, because now there's like 10 of them on average um listed on my server, or whatever, however the auction house stuff works for that. And so, it's just a matter of, do I happen to list it at the right time that nobody lists it after me, so the person who happens to decide to want to spend the relatively modest sum of 40,000 gold to buy the item. I said to, sort of trying, I don't know why, but trying to explain the sort of the situation and the economics of it in the game, versus the value of, my problem is that I haven't paid for a World of Warcraft expansion or a World of Warcraft subscription since Warlords of Draenor and the token came out. So while I still have a moderate nest egg of gold, it is slowly but steadily depleting, especially as token prices have gone up. Like when the token first came out, you could spend 20,000 gold to get a token, or get 20,000 gold, for selling it for whatever. You'd make 20,000 gold by selling a token for gold. And now you can, right, in order to buy the game time with gold, it would cost you 20,000 gold. Now it's, like 250,000 gold, which is great if you want to spend your $20 US to buy that amount of gold, because you get that much more. But again, the economy is entirely inflated as a secondary result. And so while the amount that you get is better, when you want to turn your gold into game time, it means you have to earn that much more gold. Like, time wise, as far as um the crafting goes, like, it may be more worth my time to run a couple of, like, tier 10 delves and get some gold, um or just, farm current expansion materials and sell them on the auction house, than it is to try and engage in the housing shuffle here. In any case, Not expecting there to be a whole lot in these cupboards. There wasn't last time, although it's a little hard to see, isn't it? Okay. Well, yeah, nothing there. All right. Well, we need the water bottle. Uh, oh, right. We don't need any of that. That away. Um, uh, a gold turnover for old world furnishings will go down in a few months. People start going for the new shiny things rather than the old stuff in most cases. That makes a certain amount of sense. And to be fair, a lot of the stuff that you can get for old, like for the older expansions, is fairly like it's high resolution stuff. Like it looks good. Depending, like there's like banners that have like the Iron Forge symbol on them and stuff like that a relative niche of players will want to be, will want to represent their dwarf with their housing, and that totally makes sense. Like I would want to represent old Lordaeron on my paladin. It's in my head. That's where they come from. Uh but that's easy to say and not always easy to do. Um but yeah, it's not going to disappear overnight, but it the chart is tracking down over time probably. And again, somebody's going to find something and they're going to realize, oh, I really need this item. I really want this item to sort of complete the look of my house, inside or outside. So there'll always be something of a market. But again, the fact that and we shouldn't say everybody, right? Because we know there's an exception to that. But the majority of people who play World of Warcraft have played World of Warcraft for years and have multiple expansions worth of crafting skills for multiple professions, right? Like I don't have everything. I don't have access to anything leatherworking because I never do leatherworking. I'm kind of shocked that I have an engineer even because I didn't really do engineering for most of that. But when they went back and separated all of the engineering skills, they kind of went back and retroactively gave me stuff that I didn't necessarily craft at the time. So like I didn't necessarily get um like Northrend um engineering, but I have up through like Shadowlands or something because I played that character in Shadowlands and maxed out Shadowlands stuff, or not Shadowlands Legion stuff, right? So then it backfilled all the information and gave me credit for it. But I didn't technically do all of it. A lot of it I did, but some of it I didn't. I'm reasonably certain. Um, so we'll have to see again. Uh, it's the reality is that most people who make gold off the auction house profit because people are in a hurry. Not because people are necessarily lazy, but because they don't want to spend an hour going around to collect the crafting recipes, to go and get the lumber, to go and make sure they've got the ore, to go spend the gold on the auction house to buy the cloth, and then turn it into bolts on an alt, and then send it back to their main so that they can craft the item that they want, right? People just don't want to jump through all those hoops. For someone like myself, who's maybe a little more willing to do that because I'm more interested in earning gold than spending it. Um, but again, like the reality is that while I love the fact that I could go out and I could take my BattleNet balance and I could buy the Midnight expansion basically at no cost to me except for the gold that I've accrued over the years and already turned in, because there's a limit to how many tokens you can have sitting in your bags. Um and the limit is 10, and when you reach that limit you couldn't buy any more tokens. The catch is that for a long time you could turn those tokens into battle.net balance, and then if you wanted you could turn that balance into, you could spend your BattleNet balance on subscription time rather than just converting the token um into the into the 30 days of game time itself. So, uh, which has some advantages, but it meant that for me, it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't, what am I trying to say? Yeah. So I got to the point where when tokens were cheap, I would buy several of them so that I could, knowing I would stockpile them, either to convert into the game. But well, yeah. So then I could buy the expansion. Like if I pick up an overtime shift at work, that's enough to pay for the midnight expansion and pay for an entire 12-month subscription to World of Warcraft. Like one 12-hour shift for me of overtime would earn me about enough money to do that. Um, After taxes and after, what it costs for all the stuff that comes off my check. But the reality is that that's not as fun to me as making the gold in the game. Um, just because I enjoy that crafting process, and that's why I was so frustrated about how crafting turned out in Dragonflight and now in Midnight, is because I don't enjoy the work order system at all, and I appreciate that they put in the like system generated crafting stuff, because it gave people without a large social circle and orders a chance to kind of partake in it. But um, it's I agree it is not a great system, in part because it incentivizes, like, because like the WoW token itself has propelled inflation far beyond what it would have been without it. And I understand why they wanted to, like, I understand what they were hoping to do with the system. And in the short term, it kind of achieved what they wanted, in that they wanted to take all the people that were stockpiling gold and had no use for it, and be able to redistribute the gold somewhat amongst the player base. But what it really did is it put a monetary value on every minute that you spend in the game. Like every minute I'm out doing a quest is a minute when I'm technically losing money over what I could be doing if I, had just TSM strings buying and crafting and selling stuff on my Brutosaur mount. Um, and just have automated scripts just doing all that stuff in the background while I was, at work doing my day job, which I can't my day job doesn't let me do that. Um, because it's, you know, personal service focused, and I have to be away from my desk at home and in the group home to do what I do. But um I agree. It has spun out of control. The problem is there's no way for them to put it back in the box now. Um, and the reality is that my eye is stinging because I got something in it. But um, the reality is that every time somebody buys a token with real money to get gold, it makes Blizzard money. And so they have no incentive to discontinue the system, because it probably generates like 10% of their revenue from World of Warcraft. Um, which to a certain extent means that it's worth their time to manage the economy better than they have. But I think the reality is that they have allowed it to go a little bit out of control. Like, because that's the thing, right? Like people that bought the Brutosaur mount for whatever it was, like 150 US dollars. Um, they, like there were, like, I could have cashed in basically almost all of my World of Warcraft gold, turned it all into tokens, and then bought them out with in-game gold. So it really makes you think, like, what is all of this stuff worth? Um, like with the garrison, they went and they took a bunch of the stuff that you could, get kind of passively from the mission table and the shipyard and stuff. And they took a bunch of the items that you could get and they made them worth 1 copper. Like, you remember when you didn't play during Warlords of Draenor, I don't think, did you, Dan? So you could go out and you could have the trapper's cabin or whatever set up in your garrison, and you could go out and you could farm elites, like certain kinds of elites. You could basically, with the ability that you got from the garrison building, you could lay down a trap and you could trap animals, and you could take those trapped animals, those filled traps basically, and you could take them back to the trapper's hut or the skinning lodge or whatever it was called. I can't remember. And you could turn those things in and turn them into a work order, and then the NPC who was working there would would churn out sumptuous fur, which was the cloth item, and something called savage blood. And savage blood was a currency you could use to buy certain things, but also ultimately you could take the savage blood and you could trade it in for what they called a bloody coin purse. And still to this day, if you mouse over the item in your bag that says bloody coin purse, it says contains a modest sum of gold. And it used to contain like between 3 and 12, or not 3, between 9 and 12 gold pieces in each one of those. You could farm this blood, you could have the work orders going, and you could generate sort of some passive income just by, going out and farming for half an hour, filling these traps with beasts, bringing them back, and having the garrison person just churn through them over time. It was limited, right? You could only do so many in a 24-hour period. Um, and then you could get, 10 of these. Maybe you could get 12 savage blood in a day, and you could take that savage blood and you could either use it as a currency to buy, I don't remember what, or you could exchange it for these bloody coin purses and make, 150 gold, let's just say. But they, somewhere along the lines, they nerfed that. So now you get like between 3 and 4 silver. But if you mouse over it, it still says contains a modest sum of gold. Well, they didn't change the flavor text, but they actually changed what you get out of it because they didn't want people, 5 expansions later going back and farming the savage blood for their 150 sort of free gold for the week, which now is such a tiny and useless amount that nobody would bother doing it. Just because inflation is so out of control. But for several expansions after garrisons, there were people who were continuing to pick the flowers and pick the ore out of their garrison mine and herb gardens and everything, because while it wasn't a ton of gold, it was relatively free. They could do it kind of at their leisure. Um, while they were watching Netflix, just cycle through 10 alts and pick up the stuff. And maybe you'd get 500 gold a week from doing it. But that was enough for people to actually try and do it. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can. Oh, we're gonna turn this off. Okay. So yes, right now we don't have a jacket. I want to wear the jacket. There we go. That's perfect. I do want compass. I do want map. I feel like maybe there. Oh, I want the flashlight. I feel like maybe there was. Oh, books here with. Oh, these are the different plants you can find to make use of. Um, Yeah, Battle for Azeroth was kind of the same. Shadowlands was also kind of the same. They learned their lesson, I think, a little bit with garrisons, in that garrison resources were way too easy to come by, and that kind of fueled the system. Like back when the server limit was 10 characters, there were tons of people, not even a majority of people, but there were plenty of people who churned out 10 maxed out garrisons that they just cycled through them every day. It spent like people spend an hour and a half, 2 hours every day just doing their garrison chores for several because the Battle for Azeroth resources were much harder to come by, and the Shadowlands resources were much harder to come by. So you eventually ran out of them. Um, Legion was sort of a half step between the two, I guess. But yeah, there was definitely advantages and disadvantages to some of that, right? How are we doing inventory? Okay, we want to pick up. I would just want. I was gonna say I'm out of room now, aren't I? We can pick up one stick if we. Uh, There. Yeah, that works. Uh, what, Dan? What rare mount just dropped for you? Good grief! You took a vacation and you reset your loot luck. Absolutely typical Dan behavior. Disgusting. Disgusting. I mean, I'm not shocked, but disgusting. What? Why can I not take this little branch? Oh, there we go. I can. All right. All right. So we are going to. We're going to put the corn in as well. Oh, the container's full. Oh, okay. Well, pick that up again. All right. I am going to try and see. Can we put. There's a pail. We could try it with a coffee mug. That seems too small. All right. We'll try it with the pail here. We'll just see how that works. Oh, 3. Yeah, so that does not work. That's fine. It's fine. Well, I guess there's worse things that could come out of a trip to Japan, hey? Oops. I have to hit the continue button. I can't hit escape. All right, so we can heat up this food here now. Gives you more calories, but it gives you less water when you do this. Not quite sure. We got to be careful not to leave it too long. There we go. All right. That off again. Now we're going to just put in the corn. Oh, it did go on. It was the plain food. Oh, no, sorry. I misread that. I was thinking you were talking about other stuff there for a second. I'm sorry, Dan. Give me a second. This is kind of touchy stuff here. There we go. Okay. Sorry, you got food poisoning on the first day of the trip. No. No, that's terrible, Dan. Probably the plain food. Possible? I don't know. I always sort of imagined that stuff like that was a little more well, I don't know. Just that it would be a little more sort of well preserved or whatever you want to call it. All right, so we can pick up maybe one more bigger piece of wood. Um, got a decent amount of food. I need to figure out where I'm going. Oh, we need to go like southeast. Follow the ridge to the um that's north. Okay, so that's north. Now we're facing the right way. So if we go kind of northwest, I'll follow the ridge. Oh, but that's down on the other side. We don't want to do that. We need to go southwest. Try and get to the one cabin there. This is going to be tougher. All right. Well, which way is southwest? Southwest. Pretty much straight out the front door. Perfect. Sadly, there is no. What I can tell, there's no fire starter in here anywhere, which is very frustrating. That's the one thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's hard to say, right? I mean, southwest is that way. This is the only way to climb up. So, I'm gonna say, did we just fall through the world, or is this too steep to climb? Yeah, we're sliding backwards here. That's lovely. Whoop. Oh no. Wow, we are. All right. Unstuck, please. Okay. All right. Well, now we're okay. Probably having to go the wrong direction here. Maybe I'm looking at things the wrong way. Maybe that's up, not down. Good old topographical maps, hey? Well, clearly you're over it now, Dan, so that's a good thing, but I can't fit any more. That's a small one, maybe. All right. Well, we're kind of going what direction? We're going north now. We don't want to go north. We want to go west or south. We'll see. Maybe we can climb up a little farther over here. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we're sort of going the right direction. We want to go a little more south than west if we're going to find that one specific cabin. Really, we can't pick up any more moss. Surely we can. There we go. Well, yeah, that was a good side discussion about World of Warcraft that only took an hour. It wasn't a whole hour, I'm sure, but you're probably getting ready to head to bed soon. Hey, Dan? Great. Some thunder. And I cannot make 10 more minutes. Well, you've done well, Dan. Being up for more than 24 hours is always brutal. But good for you for sticking with it. I'm looking forward to this. Oh, well, apparently the sun just came out and now it's gone again. That was fun. Um, gonna be a cold night. Oh, there's more sun. Boy, that glare is a little much. That's supposed to be the lightning? Oh, I think that's the lightning. Great. That's a rotten log. We got a long way to go if we're gonna get to that cab. Oh, there's another cabin. Oh, that's just a fallen tree. Oh, I see I see. Not sure I want to call that a cabin, but it's some kind of a shelter. It has nothing but a lighter. I'll be happy. But yeah, this is definitely a different survival game than the Long Dark. I I I can see the appeal of it. It's a little more like or just a lean-to, really. But oh, check that out. It's a dry hat. Inventory. We don't have a hat. That's going to add 10 degrees of insulation. Now we have a cool looking hat. All right, so I think we want. Oh, there's a different hat. There we go. I don't know if they're different or not. Right, I want the plain one, thanks. Another flashlight we don't need. Tinder we can't take. Oh, good, it's hailing out there. It's a spoon. Okay, well, I don't really want to go out in the hail. So I guess we're just gonna stay here for a minute and hope the weather passes. I wish there was more of a way to know what your food meter is over here. We got 1,000 calories and we got like 800 calories. Just gonna eat that there. That gave me a good chunk of food. Yeah, now see, and then now there's snow actually accumulating on the ground here. Be nice to kind of be able to tell what the temperature's doing too, like because I can see the meter there. We're 36.1 degrees, but that doesn't tell me if we're warming up or not, right? In real life, Dan, we got about yay amount of snow on the ground. Um, all together since the weather kind of changed. It is -10 outside right now. So it's not summer, that's for sure. Oops, I wanna that there. There we go. At least it's getting lighter out. Yeah, it's we are cooling off here somewhat. The worst of the storm seems to have passed, but I would like to what I need to do is I need to find a lighter so that I can figure out need to keep basically going this direction. We're going to get a little bit wet, which is going to mean we're going to get a little bit colder. But I don't imagine that that was the house that that's sort of marked on the map there. It didn't seem consequential enough, you know? Beach weather, yeah. Exactly. Ready to go out for a swim, do some tanning. If we didn't stray too far off, we should be. Problem is we can't see over the hill there. We can't really see down the hill there. See if oh, come on. Oh, come on. Not. I feel like we've gone too far to make it to that house. Some rocks there. Okay, we're gonna try and head around to the left of these rocks and then maybe circle back a bit. Oh, there's like a clear cut up here. All right, what can we see? Nothing. It's just a big rocky outcrop, and I have no idea what the. Oh, the yellow indicates grasslands. The green is water, and the green is bog. Right, so there's not too much bog around here, but we're not certainly not in grasslands either. Feel like there should be some kind of housing somewhere. The problem is it's just so hard to predict. And like these, let's just feel the rocks here is not really doing me much favors in that department. And if we can climb on top of something, we might be able to see a little better. See a little bit over there. A little bit over there, but it's really hard to get a sense from a distance where anything sort of is. I have a feeling that we've gone too far already. Find whatever house there might have been over there, but oh, there's a A little bit of marsh right here. And there's a few little speckles on the map, maybe. Try not to go through there. We can't drink that water safely anyway. I feel like the gray sort of area on the map is kind of where we're at. That it's sort of more open territory and not. Oh, great. Now we're gonna have a terrible time finding any kind of house. Back kind of where the bit of a tree line though. Makes it harder to see stuff, but I'm torn. I want to get out the flashlight, but I also feel like that's going to make it harder to spot things. I do like the fact that it gives you the map after your run is over so you can see how abysmally close you were to something you were trying to find and still managed to miss it. Like in reality, running like through the like you should be spraining your ankle here pretty quick. Climb it? No. Fell off of what we were on. All right, all right. Well, now we're not going to stub our toe at least, but I don't think we're going to see much unless we're really lucky. Oh, that's going to. Now we can't see the compass. We see the map. Compass that we want. At least it's not too cold out, but I. For a second, I thought this was a bear, this rock here. I mean, why would it be? That's kind of silly. This game does not, at this point, have wildlife in it. Like, we could easily be missing any kind of, well, anything here, really, because we just can't see anything. There we go. Now we're up on this rock so we can see, but we can't actually see. You know what I mean? Light's wearing out now, too. Still heading southeast, so that's the direction we wanted to go. All right, well, I feel like I need to drink this water here now, which really doesn't give you much water at all. Oh, I guess it's not worn out. It's just we're trying to look too far ahead. Well, I don't see what else we can do except keep going. The longer we stand around, oops, worse our suntan's gonna get. There's a tree that's blown right over. That's great. We're going downhill a bit here. Yeah, there could be a tree 10 paces to the right and we'd never see it. Should try to keep an eye out for mushrooms or something like that, or berries, because there are things like that that we can use for food. This looks like wheat, but I'm sure it's not. There's like a little flower here. It's cute. No, I want 3. I want to look at the map for a second. Still heading more or less southeast. Cubans. And I wish we were here in daytime and we could see some of this scenery. That's very obviously pretty. This is more sort of what I would think of for grasslands, but maybe that is what it's supposed to be. If that's the case, and we have veered too far one way or the other if this is actual grassland. But certainly seems like it, hey? Very grassy. Oh, what is this? It's a wild carrot. That was a good one more here. That was a good find. There's more of them over there too. There's more of them over there. Wow. There's a ton of them here. Oh yeah, we got one in our inventory, right? Yes. More old man's beard. Let's get rid of that. We can take 2 more carrots with us. Uh-oh. Sort it to give us 1 more carrot, maybe? There we go. All right. Well, I don't know that they give us any. Oh, they do give us a tiny bit of. We just have to eat them all then. Oh, there we go. Now we can see. They give us a teeny tiny bit of water so we can just pig out because there's no limit to how much we can eat. Here's some nasty water. A ton of these things here. So much chewing. Okay, we are absolutely in the grasslands here of one description or another. So we really need to head more east and less south. We've already missed the 2 houses we were kind of aiming for. But I'm gonna say the more of these carrots we can eat, the more we will sort of replenish our water in the non-intended way. I mean, it's not like we can save them for anything, you know? Well, that wasn't too bad, too long of a drive. I don't know if it was too bad of a drive. We got a parcel delivered. Oh, oh yeah. See, our meter's full now. Okay, so now we can actually see a lot of the field there. Oh, okay. Oh, well. Yeah, now we can see the edge of the forest here. Um, we're really in this big patch of field here. We need to go. That's north. We don't want to go north. We want to go east, which takes us away from all of this. Yeah, well, that's about it. Oh, now it's starting to snow. Perfect. Hey, yeah, absolutely, Dad. Appreciate you spending your time here as always. Um, do plan to be on tomorrow. That's my plan. Um, so hope to see you then. If well, I'm planning to be around for your stream for obvious reasons tomorrow. Uh but not because of the giveaway, but because we missed hanging out in your stream, Dan. So I will absolutely see you tomorrow one way or another. And have a great rest. don't oversleep. Try and get up at kind of a normal time, um, because that's probably the best thing you can do, and then have a good breakfast to get through the jet lag there. But bless you. Good night, sir. Okay. Dentist appointment at 9. Well, there you go. That'll get you right back in there. Yeah, no, you don't want to oversleep for that. I don't know what it's like for you, but a dentist appointment is like a 6 month out kind of thing for us here. At least it's a little bit open ended, so you can kind of sort of see where we're going. But oh my goodness, I have been going east when I should have been going west. Oh my goodness. Okay, we need to go straight west, which is the opposite of the direction we were going in. Right side, we can grab a few more carrots. On the downside, we are going to freeze to death again without a way to start a fire. Never, massive orienteering tip, guys. Never get your east and west mixed up. Man, whoops. Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Sorry, I've been talking to you guys for a minute with the mic muted. Um, yeah, that definitely did not go very well because I got turned around, started going southeast instead of southwest, and clearly missed several places we could have found that would have been helpful for us. Oh, I would love some, but not in this mug. It's just, had tea in it. So, um, all right. Well, I guess we're going to try this one more time, guys. I will be back in just a minute. Okay. Sorry for that little break there, guys. Where are we at? There we go. Of course, that's not been updated in how long. That's okay. Yeah, we're gonna give this one more go for today. And hopefully I won't get my orienteering skills so totally out of whack. Yeah, I mean, because they don't give you something to start a fire, at least so far, the twice I've started, the cabin hasn't had, like, it's giving you food that you can cook, which is great, but it doesn't give you any way to take any fire with you, right? Or a way to start a fire with you. Like the first run, we found a lighter in one of the cabins that we found. So you really need to find a cabin or two. Here we go. Okay. Get to the weather tower. On it, boss. I guess we know we don't need to open up a bunch of the um we don't need to open up a bunch of the stuff here. You want that. There, you there, you there. Water bottle in spot number 1. Nope, not H. It is inventory 5 to put it away. Tinder. 1 dry branch. Oh. Swap that. There, sure. Sorry, I'm talking to. Be able to get about 1,000 calories here. Oh, it's still going pretty quick. All right, that's good. It's funny that that increases the. I love you, honey. You're very funny. In my pocket.
Hey, no one looked and looked and looked.
Should have asked. I was in her matches. Good grief. Yeah, me and my tiny hands. Hey, Frostbore. Yes, it has been a while. Look at that. There's even a thing here that shows you. I guess I better switch that. So technically, there's been a fire starter in this game the whole time. Wow, those matches take up a lot of space. This is not the Long Dark. This is a very different game. Frostbore. Yes, I can see why that would be confusing too. But yes, very, very different game. Okay, so I need to look at the map and figure out where I need to go. Oh, we are here. So we basically need to go straight south. But we need to find some you've played way back. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So we could try and head for the grasslands and then go south. Go straight west, we should come to another cabin. Yeah, I've never this is my third run. I've never found the matches until in the cabin here until just now. So that gives me a little more hope for survival, I suppose. Um, the grasslands are great because carrots are nice, but uh, unless you're carrying the pot with you, like we go. Problem is, if we shoot for one of the cabins and miss it, um, that's not so great. But I think maybe we are going to try and go straight west and see what we can find out there. Um, Wish we could take a little bit more dry wood here. That I feel like would be helpful. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm still sort of stumbling through it in a lot of ways. Our first run actually so far was our best. Uh, well, actually, I guess if we go east and a little bit north, we should come to another cabin. Kind of go that direction, but that's not going to happen, is it? Oh, yeah, there's stuff out here. There's a hammer, which there's some tools that I haven't found a good use for yet. Um, Come on, we're supposed to climb over. There we go. Not to go. I've turned down the graphic settings quite a bit. Frostborn, my computer is just not whoa. Is just not that amazing a machine, so I didn't really have a whole lot of choice. Which doesn't bother me. I mean, it looks pretty enough to me. Um, it's a little bit hard since sometimes that's more to do with the terrain than it is to do with the what am I trying to say? Yeah, it's a little more to do with the terrain and the ground clutter, if you want to call it that, than it is with the draw distance or anything like that. I've still got the draw distance up high. But oh yeah, why are we not sprinting? Near as I can figure, there's no penalty for sprinting, other than the fact that you might run off a cliff by accident, which could prove detrimental to your health, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see what we can. Wow, look at that, hey? We're going east now. We don't have a ton of options, right? Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. Feels in theory like we should be able to climb down that a little bit, but in practice, yeah, we're gonna end up wiping out. Uh, oh dear. Oop, deep is not good. Yep. that might just well, you know what? This doesn't look too. Oh, that's much more. It looks like it maybe if I wasn't sprinting, hey. Uh, it's funny, as far as I can tell, there's no actual health meter in the game either, so I don't know. Oh, that's a tree coming right out of the rock. Kind of comical. Well, I've totally lost my bearings now, which I'm sure is intentional when you take a spill like that. Still heading south though. Yeah, that oversaturated business here is kind of awkward, but I don't know how to deal with that either. So feel like we are not going to. Don't get me wrong. Again, this is beautiful, and I mean it's not even unrealistic. It just the terrain is so cluttered that you just can't like you could be walking. I've said this before, like within 10 feet of a gigantic cabin and still miss it. And even like hopping up on top of a rock like this doesn't really give you, when the game will actually let you do it. Okay, so we keep heading south, we're going to get to the river. Here we can sort of see for a bit of distance. Not on that side either. Now we're running more. I do want to go west over here just for visibility's sake. Yeah, see, now we're kind of heading towards the grassland area a little bit too, but yes, they've definitely done some work to optimize this thing over time. I like the fact that they've got the sound of the wind in the trees that kind of sounds a little bit like running water there. Heading straight south again. Okay. I want to avoid the bog there. Well, there is a house in some bog or near some bog too, but How do you know if you're looking at the right one? Hey, now it's going to be starting to get colder and darker. Beach, yeah. Wait, what? Is it blackberries? Oh, so much. Well, I mean, nothing terrible about it, but still sort of heading downhill here, aren't we? Yeah, and I've sort of had a hard time figuring out if that's supposed to be the current air temperature or if that's your like actual temperature gauge for how warm or cold you are. Some of the stuff isn't super well described, right? But it keeps going down. Whoops. I'm not really sure about these stone monolith kind of things either. It it feels good that there's some kind of sort of something that you can use for a landmark, but again, foliage for the trees is just uh kind of prohibitive for seeing anything. We ended up turning more west again. Not over there. We don't want to go through mud. Oh, that's more mud. Okay. All right. No reason not to eat it as far as I can tell. Yeah, especially when it's dark out. You could really literally run by a cabin like close enough to touch it and not even see it. I feel like it's almost as much luck as skill. There's a lot of mud around here, which could mean that we're getting close to the river. Probably means that we passed wherever that house is. Probably before I do anything else, I should make a fire and warm up. Maybe that's what we should do here. Find some firewood and gotta be able to take more than that under an arm. The last time I waited too long to start a fire. And oh, let's cross the mud here. Let's get in where there's a bit more trees so we can have a bit more fuel. like some bigger pieces of wood like this. Oh, nope. Yeah, there's another nice big piece. Oh, oh, what are those? Black trumpets. What are these guys? Oh, it's more of the same. We're not exactly starving here anyway, but okay. Okay. That away. So we need to drop 2 of those and then drop this also. Right? And then no, I did not want to do that. Okay. All right. Now we need, nope, not the map. We need to go into the inventory. Matches in there, right? Then, uh, hey, there we go. We started a fire. Roots, but nope, wrong button, Dave. Okay, Q, inspect. Oh, that's a dry branch on the fire. Now we need more stuff to put on our fire. And whatever these are, we can't pick them up. That far. So that's good, but I can't. Why can I not put them in my arm is full. Right? Well, bigger pieces if we can find them. Apparently, oh, here we go. There we go. Whoop, don't get too close. Okay, well, we're warming up, so that's good. If only we had some more water. Um, turn that off. Switch this back to there. That's north. We don't want to go north. We want to keep going south to find the river. Because now water is our biggest obstacle. But if we get to the river, we'll have made it halfway. Yeah, we want to go look at those lighting effects. You look at the mirror, look at the thing from the right angle, and we're gonna have to go up somehow or other. I'm not sure how we're supposed to get up there. Yeah, that's definitely the direction we want to go. Also, be kind of nice if we could hold a torch. But oh no, we don't want to. We don't want to do that. Yeah, this will warm up as toasty as we can here, I guess. We got a couple of sticks in our bag now. No water though. Yeah, south. I don't really know where we are. We're somewhere in the valley here, but must be close to morning here. All right. Really need to have the compass in our hand here with that, but where on earth are we? Hmm. Yeah, getting up the other side of the ridge is going to be a tricky proposition. I assume we can't, yeah, we can't pick up any of these things. We can just. Fire actually burns for quite a while. All right. I think we got to get moving to get to the river, get some water. Would love to find a cabin. That's more mud. Technically, we could fill our bottle up with gross, muddy water, but get awful close cabin before you can really spot it. Oh, is that the river? That might be the river. This is mud, but I think on the other side of the mud. Yeah, there's the river. That is a lot of river. Okay, well, first things first. There we go. And we will refill our water bottle. Oh, what? What? Did we just trip? I'm very confused. Okay. That away. So if this is the river, it doesn't really give us a good, like it's a pretty wide river here. We go more east, yeah, like this, then it should get narrower. That should help get us sort of back on track, but I mean, if I was going to build a cabin in the middle of the woods, I would build it where there's some water. Bunch of rocks here, yeah. Some more mud. Hey, cabin. Yeah, I was right. I would put one near here too. That's gonna. Oh, yeah, there's some fence posts. All right, well, is that? No, but I guess we're not uncovering it. There's a tire. Rusted out car. Oh, there's. Oh, let's check out this building here first, and then we'll go in the big cabin there. Oh, this is just like a little. Can we even go in here? Nope, not apparently. Looks like it just spawned inside of a rock, which kind of ruined whatever was possibly going to be in there. Okay, back to the house. All right, give me something good. Let's try. Nope, not starting. But there's some nice dry wood there if it comes to that. Maybe I'm pressing it when I should be tapping it. There we go. All right, well, that should let us warm up a little bit. Book, some fuses, more stuff. Great. Empty. Well, if we had some, I was going to say, food. Nothing. There's a bunch more stuff over here, I guess. Oh, what's that? Old beans. Apple. Bam. Of course. So we got a bunch of sticks. Hopefully that will. Oh, backpack. Assuming that's. Oh, that. Oh, we got. Oh, I see. That's opened it up there. So we want to. We just Swap it. And then we got to put this stuff into it. Is that how it works? Oh, there'd be an easier way. Oop. Okay. Hey, can I not swap the backpack? Oh, drop. There we go. That, yeah, I was gonna say the stuff better all be in there. Okay, the way I see it, we can cook the spam and the beans together to make something tasty. Drink. Okay, that's good. More stuff over here. Uh, we already have a compass. Uh, school backpack. I'm pretty sure we also already have a school backpack. Do we not? School backpack. Okay, so we don't need a second school backpack or a third school backpack. But I appreciate that they've got different. Huh, salmon, or tuna. I'm sure. Okay. Well, there's the spam. Pork and beans. Can we add another thing to it? No. Okay. We keep doing that. I want to put them away. I keep pressing the wrong button. Uh, so this is a rotten apple, right? Oh, it says rotten right there. Okay, we don't want a rotten apple. All right, well, let me just see here then. What's the difference? Old spam and spam. Oh, okay. Let's. The calories on the spam and old beans go through the roof. Turn drink one of those. Oh, you don't get to keep the bottle. Okay. Uh, tuna and yeah. What happens if we mix spam and tuna? Try that again. Right. I don't want to. I don't want to cook it too much because I don't want it going bad. You know. The annoying thing about this. Put it on the ground and then pick it up. Oh, yeah, that we can. Oh, puts it in our inventory. Up there. Oh, that shoves it in there. Spoiled can of food. I don't think we want that. 1,500. All right, let's just eat this. All right. Yeah, we don't want to take the rotten things. Oh, I guess we can check what's in here, but I don't expect anything. Still got matches. We still got tinder, like paper and whatnot. That should be good. Not sure we'll find anything worthwhile up here, but you never know. Picture. Can't take a book. I don't know how much space they take up, but let me try. There we go. Oh, it does take up a fair bit of space. Okay, well, I wish we'd found a little bit more clothing, but having a bigger backpack is a very good. Oh, and now it's raining. Is in this? Gonna drink that too. Not sure what happened there, but windy out there. Go. Yes. Okay, that's getting annoying. What's that sound? Oh, it's the wind. Oh, we are going to get super cold out there. But if we stay here, we're going to run out of food. So can't camp out indefinitely, that's for sure. Was there a house on the? Well, not that close to the river on the map. It's me every time. Hang on. Still think this is getting us closer to back on track. Should feel like we shouldn't have left when we did. It's got any less. I'm not sure why I'm picking up. No, 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 no. All right. I feel like if we're going to be getting wet anyway, we may as well just go across the river. Oh dear. Hey, that's Lindsay. Hey there, Flynn. It's been a little while. Hope you're keeping good. It's getting a little narrower over there, but all right. Well, first we're going to drink. Can we get across the river here? Don't think you're well, okay. I'll take your word for that, Flimsy, but I have to say I don't remember. Oh man, we are gonna get frozen in here now. Look at our temperature just dropping like a stone. Okay. We're officially across the river. That's fantastic. Feel like we're still stuck in the mud here, but oh, no, 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 just in the game because we're swimming across the water. We had warmed up nicely before, but now it's all it's pouring rain, so everything's wet except what's in my backpack. Minus 24 for you guys last night? Yeah. Soaked. Sorry? Yeah, I guess it was close to that anyway. I mean, we weren't here for the worst of it, but um yeah, all this stuff is wet. We're never gonna get a fire going. But we're gonna freeze to death here if we don't do something. Well, it was only minus 10 outside when I checked an hour ago, so it's probably not too much different from that. Uh oh, we want to go more south than west. Yes, I need to. The problem is that all of the wood is wet. Uh minus 16 right now for you guys. Yeah, I mean, okay, well, I think we just have to. Nope, that's not the right button. We're gonna have to try something here because we're just not wish there was a little more of a sheltered spot to do it in. But all right, well, this is gonna have to do right here. This is why I've been carrying a bit of wood in my backpack too. And then the matches have to go there. Helps if I get them on the. Where's the actual? Well, I'm gonna die here now because I waited too long. All right, come on now. Oh, you know what? The book. I think I'm out of matches. The matches are soaked. Oh, no wonder. The matches were wet. Oh no, what did it do now? Yep. Yeah, because we were out in the. If we hadn't swam across the river, if we tried to weather over in the house through the storm, we would have been smarter, I guess. But yeah, yeah. When like because you can keep some warm stuff in your fire, but if it's in your backpack to keep it dry, but if it's pouring wet, pouring rain, blah. Okay, so we were actually not so far off base as I thought. Um, but as usual, we managed to thread my way through and around all the like we look at this like we were Why won't it let me on here? Anyway, we were relatively close to a cabin there, but we couldn't see it. So, ironically, if we'd crossed the river a little sooner, we wouldn't have had to swim quite so far, and we would have come right across the thing there. But oh, I made it farther than last time, though. The last time I made it like a third of the way, like maybe this far. This time I made it almost halfway. The real problem would have been figuring out how do we get up the basically most of this is a cliff face. I suppose there's a few spots that would have been a little more passable, but yeah, if you could do the entire thing during daylight hours, it wouldn't be so bad because then you could at least have a chance at seeing the. Again, I mean, look, why will it not let me? Like right here, we almost came to that cabin too. I mean, the game only shows you a fraction of the cabins that are available out there. But yeah, like because you can get a lighter, like a Zippo style lighter, which would be much less susceptible to getting wet. Like the matches just won't work when they're wet. Lighter probably would. It doesn't help when you got wet, you know, fuel there. But yeah, I mean, I've been having fun with this. It's an interesting challenge. It's different from the long dark. It's much more simplistic in a lot of ways. But I the fact that it's well, and I before you well, I don't know, I shouldn't say before you got here, but before I knew you were here at least, I did have yeah, I'm not sure what the weight limit is. It's more of a um it's not so much like the long dark where everything is the same shape, but yeah, you were busy off to the side. But yeah, I did get one fire going. Like when we were in and around here somewhere, I had made a fire. And but it wasn't raining, right? So everything was dry. So yeah, I did make one fire and kind of get through. Um, and then we made it to the river and we found this place. And I should have stayed here to kind of wait for the weather to change. But if it's like the long dark, you stay in one place for too long and you run out of food and water. I mean, I was right close to the water, but you run out of food. Um, um, anyways, I should actually get out of here and um, all right. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, I should get out of here. I appreciate seeing you, Flins. It's always good to have you around. And I know you got work to do that keeps you occupied a lot of the time, but still appreciate you chiming in. I'm not entirely sure what my plan is for tomorrow's stream, although I am intending to. I'm not sure if we'll do more of this, if we'll do some long dark or what else is going on. Um, but yeah, don't feel like you got to stay away. Um, Uh, I have a fairly short memory. But yes, of course. But yeah, still great to have everybody around who was able to be here today, Dan and Jackie and oh, the name is escaping me. Frostbore, that was it. Yeah. Um, but oh, that's why I'm in the wrong thing. But yeah, and oh, who was there was somebody here right at the start of the stream. Um, Zed Prime TV, who has played this game before and let me know that I could actually cook food on the stove to increase the calorie count. But yes, of course, Jackie was here. She's gone to bed now because it's like 1 a.m. over there or something like that. But yeah, plan to be on tomorrow doing something. But yeah, you take care, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. If not, at some point in the not too distant future, I will. If I see Jackie tomorrow, I will let her know that you said, "Hey, something. Yeah, something is a plan." Something better than nothing. All right. Well, bless you, Flins. Take care, everybody else who's been here, whether you've had to drop out or whatever. I appreciate all the time and look forward to doing it again. Good night. Nope, not be right back. Ending soon. There we go.